What's my least favorite thing about baking?
Okay, go for it.
My least favorite thing is
Welcome to another Woman Business Podcast. In this episode, we have Kameilah, owner of Kreatively Me. And as you know, we'd like to keep this episode very short, like 15 minutes. So with that said, we're going to set 15 minutes on the clock. So, hey Siri, set alarm for 15 minutes. Okay, great. So, let's start. Kameilah.
yes.
All right, can you share with us that aha moment that kind of spark, you on this entrepreneurial journey?
I had my daughter. I was a single mom, and she was turning 2. So I wanted to throw a big birthday, as I always wanted a girl, but I couldn't afford to make the type of cake and treats that I wanted. So I went on YouTube and I taught myself how to make a cake, and from there it took off. Everyone was like, can you make a cake for me? Can you make a cake for me? And that's how my business began 4 years ago.
Wow, that's really inspiring.
I like it. It's therapeutic, baking and creating things, especially when people allow me to do things freely and they just give me a theme or a set of colors, and just making someone's special day as far as for their child. Even other single moms like me, I understand that, especially having multiple kids, it gets expensive. So I try to be that person that moms know that they can go to if they need something as far as cakes, treats, and I've even thought about teaching other moms that was in my situation how to make cakes or treats for their kids.
That's really inspiring. It's like self-talk, In terms of I would say, it's start 4 years ago, right?
Yes.
So when I walk me through the journey from day one to where you are right now, what lessons, what challenges, what happened?
It's definitely taught me patience, and everything is not learned in a day. As my mom would always tell me, Rome wasn't built in a day. And it's allowed me to give myself grace as far as learning and trials and tribulations with cakes. With cakes, I look at it like a science. So one wrong ingredient, your whole cake is done. I've thrown many of cakes away before because it didn't turn out how I wanted it to turn out. Or customers saying, hey, I like this theme, or maybe I want a different color. So it's definitely taught me to be more patient and give myself grace as far as understanding I am self-taught and I'm still learning. Even now, with me baking for 4 years, I'm still learning. I don't know everything as far as being a baker.
Nice. All right, so in terms of, I like this question, challenges. What challenges, if there are any, you face on, say, a daily or a weekly basis in your business?
With me, I would say just being more confident in my work. I always feel like, I'm too new, so maybe they may not like it, and I've learned in this business, the simpler the better. So the cakes that I feel like I could have done a lot more are usually the cakes that wow everyone, that everyone wants me to replicate. So I've learned challenging, as far as challenges in my marketing is also, it's hard to get people to trust you to make a cake and understand why your prices are the way they are. As far as ingredients, with everything being custom made, everything's made from hand.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's go to marketing. How do you market yourself?
So right now I have Instagram. I don't know how to work Facebook. So I don't have a Facebook, and I like doing TikToks. So I've learned with marketing, people like to see things. So I do videos with my daughter as far as dancing. So you'll see a get to know your baker type of thing. You'll see me as a mom. You'll see me doing cakes. You may see a video of me making a cake on TikTok. to get myself out there. So that's really all I've been doing for marketing. Or I'll network. When I go out, I'll wear my shirt. I'll make cakes for, let's say, a family member or a friend, and I'll hand out business cards at their events.
I like that. So this is as a plug. Where can people find you? Like, they want your service. Where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram mainly. It's creatively with the K .me_.
Nice. All right. Where do you see your business going in the future?
I want to start off with a food truck. That way I'm more mobile. I want to allow my kids to go out and interact with my customers as well, since they were the reason I started. So I'm slowly working my way to a food truck. I also market as far as Etsy. I make my own custom toppers for the cake. So the happy birthday signs, I make all of those. So I've been doing those worldwide as well and shipping them out.
Wow. So it's not just you decorating, it's you also creating another market.
Yeah, and my Etsy's doing really well. I do cupcake toppers, treat toppers, cake toppers, and I can really make anything out of paper. They can light up, you can put water in them, you can put glitter in them. So it's like a whole nother world outside of just making a cake.
It's interesting, you said light up and you actually light up. It's like a scene, like your work coming to life.
Yeah, it's nice when you get pictures from customers and they're giving you great feedback, and you're getting referrals from people that was at the event that's tasted your work or seen your work. So it's nice to know that I made an impact on someone's child's life.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, so take a moment at this point in time and reflect, right? Is there at any point in time you have done something in the business which you wish you hadn't done? Just reflect on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I laugh at it still to this day. So I usually put myself in my customer's shoes, and in this particular event, the girl wanted a cake that was shaped like a gift box. So typically, because it's a cake, I make everything edible on the cake, and she didn't want the bow edible. So out of frustration, when I showed her, she's like, I wanted a fake bow, and I made an edible bow. Out of frustration, I just refunded her, and I'm like, you know what? I've been up all night. I can't take this. I'm frustrated already. And I just gave her back her money. I never heard from her to this day. So I regret just not putting myself in her shoes and understanding what she wanted on both ends. So I take accountability for that. Just now I know when I ask questions and probe on my inquiry form, do you want real items or do you want edible items? So this could be prevented in the future.
Yeah, so some really business lessons from that experience.
Yeah, it taught me a lot. I've also now implemented a form. So when you go to my page to inquire, there is a form I'm going to ask you to fill out. It's going to ask you all the questions, so I'm not messaging back and forth. So it'll ask you the date of your event. Is it a pickup or delivery? Your cake flavor? Do you want it infused? The colors, the theme. Do you have any inspiration pictures? Are there any food allergies? It'll literally ask you everything on there. So when I quote you, I know exactly what you want. Even when I'm done with your cake, I usually send a picture the night before to make sure you're happy with the product.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So you have this all, put together.
Yeah, it was a lot of trials to get here, but it wouldn't have made me who I am today if I didn't go through it.
Yeah, trials are very important. Yeah. All right, I like to ask this question, and I might throw it for a loop, but it's okay. What question would you want, me to ask you?
That did throw me for a loop. What's my least favorite thing about baking?
Okay, go for it.
My least favorite thing is carved cakes. When I say carved cakes, I've done cakes shaped like objects. So it's usually the hardest, but it's more eye-catching. So let's say I've done a minion cake before that's shaped like an actual minion, or I've done a purse cake that's shaped like a purse that you really carry, or I've done an ice bucket cake with liquor in it, so it looks like the bottles that come out in the clubs. I've done those. So least favorite, most challenging, but it's a good product to show like I can do nothing I can't just do like a regular cake. I can also sculpt as well.
Yeah. No, let's stay there for a while. So I understand it's a least favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do to like overcome, that feeling to get it done if a client reach out to you for it to get done?
A lot of times if it's a cake that I've never done, I'm honest with them and I say, hey, I've never done this before, so just giving you a warning. It may not be perfect. And if I'm really, really nervous, I'll do a trial cake like before the event. Let's say like a week before, I'll do a cake and I'll let my kids eat it. And I'll try to carve it, see what went wrong, what went right. So when I'm making the actual customer's cake, it comes out better than my test cake.
That's funny, you say that the kids eat it, so if anything go wrong,
they'll be okay.
that's a good one. I love that. I really actually really like that. Now, what advice you would give to a young upcoming single mom who want to like start a business and really and truly just can't find inspiration or the motivation to really get started?
I would just say go for it. A lot of times we procrastinate and we don't start. We'll always say, oh, next year's not promised. So I would just say, just go for it, do your research, be patient with yourself, give yourself grace as far as learning your craft. Research everything from marketing to pricing to material just to make sure when you start, you're not off to such a rough start like I was. I started off charging $85 for a cake like this, and it quickly became a problem, being overly booked and then paying out of pocket for products because I wasn't pricing things correctly.
Yeah. It's important to really do the pricing research.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. I have a question today on my Instagram. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I asked the same question as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
What New Year's resolution you have made, if any, for your business, and how's that going from right now?
I haven't even started it. I did make one. I haven't started it out of fear. So for my New Year's resolution, I wanted to do gravity-defying cakes, which is cakes that, let's say this one is here, I make another one over it and it looks like it's hovering with gravity, but out of fear, I haven't tried it yet, which I know I can do it. I just have to get over that hump of trying it out, but I haven't. Yeah.
Interesting. What do you fear? Like think about what's fear means to you.
I fear doing it for someone and it falling over at their event.
Yeah.
Which is a valid fear because it's a gravity-defying cake. There's a lot of weight at the top, but like I give other people advice, I just have to try it and test it just like I did. My first cake didn't look anything like this. So I'll do it before the year ends and I'll post a picture of how it went and I'll give feedback on what I could have done better or what I could have changed about it.
Can I challenge you?
Yes.
When are you gonna do it tonight? Can you give a specific time, a date?
I would say before Christmas. Hoping to come up with a cake to go with the theme of the holiday. So maybe a Christmas cake or a Thanksgiving cake. Probably Christmas, do like covering gifts or something on the cake and try it out for the kids.
And I'm just curious, is there anything that may be preventing you or stopping you from actually doing this cake by Christmas?
No, just myself. I'm my biggest critic. So a lot of times I look at a cake and I'm like, I don't really like it. I could have done better. And then other people see it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And I'm like, really? So I'm my biggest critic and my biggest...
So with that kind of feedback, right, that you got, right? What lesson can you take from that, in like taking on challenges?
Just believe in yourself. A lot of times with my customers, they see something in me that I don't see in myself. And I just have to learn just to have that confidence and know I can do it if I put my mind to it. I've come this far, so there's nothing really that I can't do.
I love that. All right, so the alarm actually is about to go off, right? Because we have 15 minutes. So I'm gonna ask you a question that my previous entrepreneur actually asked me to ask you. She said, what's your drive?
My kids.
Yeah.
I have daughters, I have girls and boys, but I want them to see that no matter what, you can do it. I want them to see, they see me watch YouTube, they see me try things out, they've tasted cakes that does not taste so good. So I want them to see, hey, whatever I want to do, I can get it done as long as I just try. I'm always going to be there for them no matter what, good or bad. I'll push them to be better. I just want to be an example to them of what they should do in life.
I love that. I love that. And as we wrap up, what question you want to ask the next person I interview?
Why did they start their business? What was their, did they intend on it getting big, or was it something that they just wanted to start as far as, hey, I'm just doing this on the side for my friends, or like what was their intention with their business?
Okay, gotcha. All right. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. And before we go, I want you to tell them one more time where they can find you.
I am on Instagram at Kreatively Me with a K, so kreatively.me_, and I'm also on TikTok with the same name.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.